everybody, and welcome to another week of Makers Monday. I am Anastasia Radloff, aka a Stampin' Blondie, and I'm excited to be back here with you for another week of live step-by-step crafting. I hope you all had an amazing weekend. It was kind of chill here in Korea. Didn't do too much work, just kind of getting ready for the Thanksgiving holiday this week, and really excited to eat some good food and be able to enjoy my husband's company and be able to spend some time together. So I hope you all, like I said, had a great weekend. If you're watching, I am live here on Facebook and also on YouTube as well. Let me just make sure that everything looks good. If you're watching, make sure to comment, say hi, let me know where you're joining from. I always love to see where everybody is watching from each week. All right, so it looks like I'm live on YouTube and I am good to go on Facebook as well. So we're gonna close that up and hopefully save some of my internet. As you know, I live here in Korea and sometimes the internet gets a little spotty. To be able to watch American TV shows and browse the internet like I'm in America, you have to use something called a VPN, a virtual private network, and I have to make sure that all those VPNs are turned off or it lags my internet. So I've turned them all off. Hopefully we're all good. If for some reason I do start buffering, please comment below so I know. Because I have my computer closed, I can't see the comments here. I can see them on the program that I use though for my filming. So if I start to buffer, I won't know until you say something. So just let me know. All right, well, today I'm going to be creating 3 projects featuring the brand new Hobby Haven Suite. This is from the Stampin' Up! Online exclusive, so it won't be found in any of our catalogs. And it was just released at the beginning of November. I love it because it's really fun for different kind of hobby lovers. So we have books, we have sewing, plants, spa products, all in this designer series paper, and it's really fun to be able to create projects. This week, we are going to be doing something called simple stamping, and this uses stamps, inks, and paper only, and I am throwing in one punch because it is fairly easy to punch no matter what your skill level is. Hello, Ashar from Wisconsin. We have the Colorado Rockies. Kathy is watching from Colorado Rockies. Thank you everybody for watching, and make sure to share this video with your friends too. So Hobby Haven, I've created 4 projects. One I shared yesterday on my website, Facebook, and Instagram. But before we jump into those projects, I just have a couple quick announcements and we will go ahead and get started on those projects. All right, so first up, starting tomorrow is Stampin' Up's a week-long 40% off Black Friday sale. Now, select products are 40% off. So cardstocks, select adhesives, our ink bundles, trimmer blades, and our paper trimmer are 40% off. So I am excited because I need to stock up on some supplies, and this is the best time to be able to do that because not only do I get the 40% off, but as a demonstrator, I get my extra discount on top of that as well. So this runs starting the 25th through December 1st, so that starts tomorrow for everybody. It's already the 25th here in Korea, but everybody will start for this tomorrow. There is a link on my website, stampinblondie.com, you can go to, that sends you right to my website, or you could just shop stampinup.com to see all of the items in one location that are on sale. So it's select adhesives, select cardstocks. For the adhesives, I did see multi-purpose liquid glue on there. I've seen white cardstock. Until the sale goes live, I don't know exactly, but Stampin' Up! Did a teaser video, and these items were in the teaser video, so that's how I know those items are on sale. Our paper trimmer and our trimmer blades, those are going to be on sale. So I'm going to be stocking up on some trimmer blades for sure. But this runs until December 1st, which I think is that Monday? Sunday, Monday? So just a little less than a week, but our Black Friday sale starts tomorrow, so make sure to check that out if you're in the wanting some good deals, let's say, for that. All right, also the second thing I want to say, I don't have a flyer for it, but the January to April mini catalog will be debuting coming soon. If you want a copy of that, you will want to send me a message. In the past, I have sent catalogs to those that have placed orders for me in the last 6 months, and the last time I did that, it was really expensive because I was having to ship them from Stampin' Up. But this time we are doing catalogs from the Stampin' Up mailer. So I have some of you on my list that have requested a catalog already. If you are wanting a catalog and you're not currently working with a demonstrator, make sure to send me a message, email me at stampinblondie@gmail.com, or however you want to get a hold of me, but I will add you to my list. The mailing selector does close out the 30th, so you don't have much time to get on my list. After that, the catalogs go up in price for me to ship them, so I definitely want to get you on that list before they go up in price. All right, so let's jump into our projects here today. Now, I am featuring the Creative Haven stamp set with the Creative Haven dies and the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper and some of the items from the suite. So we're calling this the Hobby Haven suite. The Creative Haven stamp set. These are the new Stampin' Up stamp packages. I debuted them a couple weeks ago, I think. But the new stamp set and die packages, you can see they're much thinner than our DVD cases, and they can be combined. So you can store your dies with your stamp sets all in one. I like to keep mine separate. I keep my dies in a separate kind of, what do you call it? Little envelope for my dies. But if I want to take these on the go, I can easily put the dies and the stamps together. Oh, Kathy says she loves my nails. Thank you. They're my Christmas nails. I got some fun, and then on the thumbs, little Christmas trees. So I got little fun, fancy nails. I don't go to the salon very often to get my nails done. Usually I do gel nails myself, but I needed a pedicure, so I figured I was there, so might as well get my nails done, and I got something fancy. It's little sparkles. I thought it was fun to do. So the stamp set, we're going to be using Creative Haven today. We are not going to be using the dies. Like I mentioned earlier, we are going to be doing some simple stamping. With the rush of the holiday season, especially this week, we all might need a card on the last minute fly. We just need something super quick. So all of these projects can be put together very, very quickly, and you don't need a lot of supplies. So yesterday on my website, Instagram and Facebook, I shared this project. So you can see there's still a little layer here, but everything on this can be put together very quickly. It is 3 punches from the Heartfelt Hexagon punch, the stamp, which then you punch out, a strip of Designer Series paper, a piece of white cardstock, and a piece of white for our card base. So very easy to put together. You could just quickly push this out and you have a card ready to go. Oh yeah, Shara wanted to know how my show went. So I had my first vendor fair here in Korea this past Saturday. That's what I did this past weekend. Saturday was my vendor show. It was good. There was a big rush for the first like 45 minutes, then it kind of died down a little bit, but I made some good sales, and I was excited to get like back in the game. I hadn't done a show in over a year because in Rhode Island we were only there like 11 months, so I didn't do any shows there, but it was really nice to be able to get back into doing vendor shows and getting my stuff out there. It was really fun to share those with new people. So thank you for asking, Shar. I really appreciate that. So this project, again, super simple, no embellishments, no ribbon, but if you wanted to, if you're more of like a advanced crafter, you can always step this up to add some more bling or ribbon, however you want to do that. Now today, our 3 projects are, again, simple and being able to put together these things. So here is one of the projects. So kind of a step up from this one. We're using the same exact supplies. I did add a little bit of bling on this one, but same exact supplies. We're just going to step it up a little bit. We have this one, which features Lost Lagoon and Basic Beige, two really pretty colors together. And the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper, which I'm going to show you, has these really fun pre-die cut pieces, so you can easily just put them on a project, and you don't have to really stamp anything. Am I going to post pictures of the items I sold? Yes, I can do that. Yeah, sure. No problem. I made, let's see, do I even have them? Nope, they're across my room. I made those wood slices. I did a, let me just go grab one. They're right over here. They are, here we go, right here. So I took wood slices, and I have an F-16 punch, which the F-16 airplane is what is here on base. I found, so Korea has something, it's called Coupang. It's like their version of Amazon. And I found Hangul, which is the Korean alphabet, Hangul stamps. And this says Osan Air Base, which is where we're stationed. So fun fact, this is 5 different stamps. So I had to put that all together. I made sure to Google Translate it and make sure that it actually was correct. But I added some like puff thing to make it look like there's some, you know, smoke coming out. And then it may be hard to see, but I did little snowflakes, and it has glitter on, like Winkastella on there as well. So kind of something a little fun. And it's a little ornament. So you could remember Osan Air Base with the F-16 here. It does snow, unfortunately, but no snow yet, thankfully. But that's one of the things that I had made for my show. Okay, so we've got this stepped up card that we're going to do from the one that I showed yesterday during the preview. We have this one here as well, and then this one, more focusing on our designer series paper for this project. Now, speaking of that designer series paper, I had mentioned kind of what the hobbies include. So this one is baking, cooking. We've got some coffee in here, really fun, different little items for that one. This one is plants. Now, I always try to keep plants alive in my house. I try is the key word. I'm not the best plant mom, but I try. And then these are those little die cut pieces that come with the designer series paper. There's 2 sheets of these that you get, and there's everything from coffee, photography, plants, baking. You've got sewing, so there's a dress form here, sewing machine, some painting supplies over here. So this is a really fun set. No matter what kind of hobbies you enjoy, this is a really fun set to be able to put together some super simple cards. So let's go ahead and get started. Oh, I have one more thing to share. So a couple weeks ago when I did Maker's Monday, if you guys remember, I made this, and it's just got some like trail mix in here when we did the squirrel. Now, skincare is a big thing here in Korea. K-beauty is what it's called, and there's skincare everywhere. And so I went to a pop-up recently, and I got these little minis. So I made this little same box just with the Hobby Haven paper and put these little mini skincares in here. So this little box, if you haven't watched that Maker's Monday on that, go back and watch that, because that little box, you can put candies in there for Christmas. You can put, they're like great little place cards for Thanksgiving tables as well. You can put like caramel popcorn in it. So definitely check that out if you haven't seen that. Just a little different way to be able to create some fun little table decorations. All right, let's get started. Let me bring my paper basket over here. And our first card that we are going to work on is this stepped up one here. You will see how easy this project is to come together, and we're going to do some fun little stamping around it. So we have a piece of basic white cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. again, like I said, these are good for all skill levels, or if you need a quick and easy card on the fly. We are getting into that busy time and you're like, oh, I'm going to this person's house for an event, but I want to bring them something nice. So you can always make this card, pair it with like a bottle of wine or some kind of fun dessert, and then gift this to them, and it would be the perfect gift. So we have another piece of basic white cardstock. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm gonna bring in my grid paper. You can see I was stamping a lot of F16s on here. So we're gonna put that right in the middle. And this stamp set, let me bring the package back out. So we have this fun little star stamp here. It's in a corner, but the way you stamp it, you can do this fun little swirl design here. So we're gonna do that. And first though, we're gonna punch out some of these pieces. So let's grab this is the Heartfelt Hexagon punch from, I think this is in the annual catalog. And we're gonna need 2 of these shapes here from this paper. And this is great because you can do this layout even with scrap Christmas paper. So this is a great simple Christmas project. If you need to create a lot of Christmas cards, this is a great layout for that. And we're gonna do 1 blue. So we have 1 blue, 2 green, 2 pink. And we are gonna glue those on to our layer piece here. So I'm using multi-purpose liquid glue. And for this first piece, we're only gonna add glue to the bottom half of this. And it's going to hang off the top of our paper. And now we're gonna work our way diagonally down from this one. We'll use that as our guide here. So we're gonna add this blue piece, and you just kind of line it up so there's a little bit of space in between, but you use this as your guide here. Oh, hi, Diane. Thank you. She likes my short hair. I did get it cut last week too, so she took a little bit more off than I had wanted, but my hair grows super fast, so I wasn't really that worried about it. And we got our next piece here. She did a really good job though. I have to ride the bus like 45 minutes to go see her, but she does a really good job, so it's worth it. Got a little extra glue there. Okay, now we're gonna stamp our sentiment, and then we're gonna add that right here. So just a spare piece of white, we're gonna move that off to the side. And we are gonna use the sentiment that says, "You're the best." Where's that? Here. And our tuxedo black Memento ink. Hello, Janice from Georgia. Hopefully you guys are all having good weather where you're at. It is very, very, so Korea has really bad air quality sometimes, and today is very bad. It's the worst today than I have seen since we've lived here. And I thought we had random thunderstorms this morning. I had thought the rain kind of washed some of that away, but no, it's very bad outside. I'm not going anywhere today because it's that bad. We have an air purifier. We have 2 air purifiers, and they've been working like non-stop since Sunday because the air quality is that bad outside. So there's an app I have, and it says like, do not, if you're my Facebook friend, you see I posted it today, but it's like extremely bad outside, do not go outside. I was like, okay, I'm gonna stay at home. So I added dimensionals to the back of that sentiment. You could see how easy that was to just stamp and punch out. And now we're gonna take this other green and add a little bit of glue to the side of that one. And that's gonna be our guide here for that piece. And then our last one, we're gonna line it up in this straight line here. And we just need glue at the top of this one. There we go. So we've got our background here, and while that's kind of drying, we're gonna do our stamping around the edges. So our Memento ink with that little star pattern, and we're gonna ink this up. And the first thing we're gonna add is a little star up here. And I'm just filling in some of the white area because we've got this big white area here. So we are gonna make a little swirl with these stars. So we've got it going to the right, and now we're gonna have it go to the left. There's our little swirl. And then up here, just a little bit of stars as well, so we don't have too much of that white space. Okay, we can close this all up. And we're gonna take our scissors and flip this over, and we're gonna trim all of these extra pieces, and it's gonna be flush with our piece of white cardstock. Now, if you were making a bunch of these cards, you have all these extra little pieces now, oh, it's stuck on there, that you can then use for more cards. So you have all of these, and you could use either side, but there's like a whole piece, and you've got some more pink. So you could use these on more projects, but I'm not gonna be making any more of these. I already have 2. This, we're gonna add our liquid glue on the back, and it's gonna go right onto our card base. And you could leave it like this if you wanted to just present this card as it is with just stamps, inks, paper, and that one punch, you could. But I felt it needed just a little bit extra, so we're gonna come in with these iridescent foil gems. They come in 2 different sizes. Oh, if it would not be so out of focus, but you can see 2 different sizes, and they're really fun because it has some like gold and pink kind of glitter in the inside. And we're gonna add 2 of the larger ones, one right there, and one in this little swirl. And that's our first project. Again, super quick, super simple. Now is the time to create those super simple projects, but this is really good too for a Christmas card layout. You punch a bunch of pieces while you're watching TV. You can easily put this together in an assembly line formation and whip out a lot of great Christmas cards as well. But this is our first project featuring the Hobby Haven suite. I hope you guys like this one. This one is really, I love it because it's simple, it's easy, and it really makes a great card. So I hope you guys like that one. Now, these iridescent foil gems are not part of the Hobby Haven suite, but I will be using the earthy matte dots, which they are part of the suite. So we are gonna use those on our next project, and we are gonna do this one right here. So it says, "Friends like you are golden." Now you could, if you really wanted to step this up even more, you could heat emboss this using gold embossing powder, but that's not really simple stamping and really into our theme this week. So I just stamped it in pecan pie ink, kind of that golden hue to it. But again, if you wanted to really step it up even more and make that shimmer and shine, you could use gold embossing powder with heat embossing to make that step up even more. I don't like to really do heat embossing on Makers Monday because it's loud. The heat gun is loud, and I run the risk of spilling the powder everywhere. So I like heat embossing when I'm not on camera. When you have an audience, it gets a little more nerve-wracking when you have to do it. So we have a piece of Petal Pink cardstock. This is a 4 1/4 by 11. So we are making a easel card for this one. Got to use our bone folder here to crisp up our line. We also have a piece of Summer Splash cardstock. I love this color combination. Petal Pink, Summer Splash, and Basic Beige look really great together. And the best part is all of those colors are in this designer series paper. So it was really easy to pull my cardstock colors from this paper to be able to create with it. We're gonna glue down our designer series paper to our card base, and even this side looks good too, but I really wanted to focus on the hobby paper aspect of it. So we're gonna glue this down and we're gonna put this off to the side. So there, I'm gonna add that, and this is just gonna go over here for now. Basic beige. This is not part of any of our color families. It's kind of a standalone color, but it makes a really good combination in between your crumb cake and your Very Vanilla. So you have a really good kind of darker neutral than Very Vanilla, but lighter than crumb cake. So I really like this color. We are gonna stamp this in the sentiment, "The Friends Like You Are Golden." And this one needs a clear block. I think this is E. Yep, clear block E. It's a little bit bigger than the others. And we're gonna use that pecan pie ink. And because this is bigger, I like to ink it upside down so I can see and make sure everything on there is good. And we're just going to stamp that. This is just a scrap piece of basic beige, so no specific dimension size for that. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna free cut this. So you could get your paper trimmer out, but again, the whole premise today is simple. So just a pair of scissors. Everybody has scissors. So you just cut along the sides of the stamp. And at the bottom, just kind of like how I do for all my other flagging of papers, you're gonna do a little snip up the middle, and then from corner to the middle of that snip that you did, and corner to the middle snip is a great way to do the flag, even on both sides. Now on that, these die cut pieces, there's this little piece right here. So we're gonna use this. You may not have noticed it in the background here. Let me bring it up a little closer. You can see there's that little piece that's sticking out right there. So we're gonna add some glue here and just add our sentiment piece to this. And we wanna cover up that little hole. You could use that as a tag, but we're just gonna cover that up with our sentiment. And that's why I chose this sentiment, because we have the flag here and then the flag for our little piece here. Okay, we're gonna bring back in our card base. We're gonna add dimensionals to the back of this Summer Splash piece. I love Summer Splash. It is one of the in colors that will be retiring at the end of this coming May. I think it's May. Yeah, April, May. So this color will be retiring, and I'm so sad because it's such a bright, fun color that definitely gonna miss it. And make sure our easel card opens the right way, and that's gonna go right there in the middle. Dimensionals on the back of this one as well. Again, you can see how easy this project is to put together. And this is gonna go on the right side. Now I'm stepping this up by adding some ribbon and those earthy matte dots. Again, this would be a great project just to gift to somebody the way it is, but we're gonna step it up just a little bit more. So the earthy matte dots, they come in 4 different colors and 2 different sizes. We are gonna use the pecan pie, one large one. It kind of gets a little bit lost in the designer series paper, but that's okay. And we're also going to use, this is the Irregular Weave 3/8 of an inch ribbon. I've used this, actually, yeah, I used this on this project, and when we did Makers Monday a few weeks ago with the squirrel, I used it on there as well. So I love this ribbon. I love like neutral ribbons that go with everything. And this is like the perfect color because it can go with so many different projects. Plus it's really cool. Like I haven't seen ribbon like this before. Very easy to tie. and it's different. It's just, it doesn't fray, it doesn't get like, you don't have little droppings of this everywhere on your desk. So it's really easy, and I like that it stays together. You don't have little pieces everywhere. We are gonna add a glue dot to the back of this. So if you use this ribbon, I highly suggest a glue dot, because if you were to use liquid glue, it could spread everywhere and just get glue all over the place. So that's gonna go in the lower right corner there. And that is our second project with the Hobby Haven Designer Series paper and the Creative Haven stamp set. Stepped up a little bit, still very simple and easy to put together. A great project to take to Thanksgiving. Friends like you are golden. You can just hand this off. Again, bottle of wine, a little dessert, and a perfect gift. Kathy Haddon said, here in Westcliff, Colorado, in the Colorado Rockies, we had our first measurable snow, a good 6 inches overnight. Ooh, we live here because we love the mountain and love our snow and moisture it brings. Yeah, I don't like snow. I know some people love it. I just love warm, and that's why Tucson is looking better and better to come back to move to. I love just, you know, the heat is not for me, or the cold is not for me. I grew up in Florida. I was born in Florida. It's a heat thing for me. All right, our last project here. We are gonna do some stamping and using another one of those little die cut pieces to be able to bring this project back together. So basic beige, again, a great color for this Designer Series paper, and Lost Lagoon. We're gonna pair those two colors together. Here's that Designer Series paper. It has that Lost Lagoon and the basic beige, so easy to pull your color scheme from. Here's the other side, books. If you are a book lover like I am, you could turn this into a book project, but I felt like this side was just a little bit better. Now I need to clean off our star stamp from our first project here. And we are gonna use Lost Lagoon ink on it and do kind of a fun little stamping background. Now this project does take a little bit longer because you are stamping the background, but again, still very quick and easy to put together. So we're bringing in our grid paper and our Lost Lagoon ink, and we're just gonna stamp around the edge. There's no need to stamp here on the inside because you're gonna cover it up with Designer Series paper. So why stamp when you can't see what you're gonna have there? So I'm just taking my stamp, kind of turning it different angles around the outside, going off the paper at some places. I love this star stamp. It just adds a little extra something on here. And it's really fun to kind of create different patterns and everything with it. So now, even though I said it takes a little bit longer, still very quick and simple to do. All right, now we can glue down our paper here. Card, make sure it's opening the right way, and we're gonna glue down our stamped part here. And right in the middle there. We're gonna add that Designer Series paper. See, no need to stamp the middle when it's gonna be covered all up. Why waste the time in the ink when nobody's even gonna see that part? Go. And then a strip of basic beige just to kind of break it up a little bit in the middle. This is just a scrap. I think it's 1 inch by the length of the card, or the width of the card. So 4 1/2, 4 1/4, 5, scored at 4 1/4. Okay, now we're gonna take a piece of Lost Lagoon and we are gonna do a fun technique. Now let me clean this star stamp off again. So I probably should have done this before because I had used the black on this, but that's okay. Give it a good cleaning. Okay, we're gonna bring in our card base there, and black ink. So we're gonna do the sentiment that says deep breath and Memento ink. Ink that up really well. And when you see, so we're gonna line this up, and when you see you have those edges right here that don't have anything on it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna punch it first. And it looks a little strange because you've got kind of this white area. Well, it's Lost Lagoon, but let's call it white space. And it just needs a little something extra. So we're gonna come in with that star stamp, and we're gonna use this as a little bit of a filler. So it'll fill in that area and it won't look so white. Well, you know what I mean. It won't have so much white space there. So just use that star stamp as the perfect way to kind of fill in those areas, not only for the background here to create that fun pattern, but also you can use it just to fill in some blank space that you need. We're gonna add dimensionals to the back of that. And that's gonna go right here across our strip. And then we're gonna come back in with our Hobby Haven paper, and we're gonna use this on the second sheet. There's this little plant. Now I was trying to figure out like different things to use. You could use like this bigger plant, just different little things you could choose. At first I had tried the dress form, but it got lost in the designer series paper. So I went with this little plant so that you could still see the designer series paper, and it kind of coordinates with all the colors too. So this is gonna add just a little dimensional to the back, and we're gonna overlap it on our sentiment a little bit. And that is our last project. Quick, simple, easy to create, and fun. This is a fun card. I love the colors on here. It's different, it's unique. Again, a great layout for Christmas. Just swap out the colors for your reds and greens if you want to. Find some Christmas designer series paper and obviously change out the sentiment, but you have a really fun, easy Christmas project as well. All right, so let's bring in all three of our projects today, and you can let me know which one is your favorite. We have the Friends Like You Are Golden, we have the Deep Breath one, and You're the Best. So let's bring them all in, and you can let me know which one in the comments is your favorite today. I really don't know which one is my favorite. They're all my favorite in different ways. I love the designer series paper on this one, the ease of this one, and then the fun different like different geometric designs on this one. So let me know which one is your favorite this week. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me for another week of Makers Monday. I hope you all that celebrate Thanksgiving have a wonderful holiday. I look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks. So next week I won't be able to go live. I know we had a little mix up with last week. I needed to get ready for my show, so we pushed it to this week. But in 2 weeks is when we will have our next Makers Monday. We will be doing my annual Stuff Your Stocking Makers Monday. So I look forward to that. And until then, I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving, and I will see you